Okay, just as a matter of introduction, I'm Luribodo. I'm a moderator on the speedrun.com Doom Eternal server, and I don't speedrun the game. I don't speedrun 100%, but I've seen my fair share of 100% runs, and I wanted to do a tutorial. So if you've made it this far, you've probably seen the previous episodes where we cover the previous levels as well as an introductory episode. And today I'm with Undeceiver, who's a 100% runner, and we're going to cover Cultist base. Undeceiver, if you want to say a few words about yourself and your journey with Doom Eternal.
Yeah, it's the Doom Eternal is the first game that I've speedrun. I've now tried a few others afterwards. I'm not as good as Sai or other people. I don't have as much time, but even if I did, I'm not sure if I would be. But I've definitely spent a lot of time thinking about it, and one of the things that I like is actually understanding all the little details and trying to come up with new things and so on. So I thought that doing this thing would be pretty fun.
Yeah, when I was preparing this episode, I was thinking about the fact that you're probably one of the most knowledgeable persons about the game.
Yeah,
You know,
together with
you
Drake.
still have a yeah, you still have a great time. I think your PB is 230, 240, something like that.
Uh, well, it's weird because I don't have an actual restricted run because we changed the rules and I didn't
Yeah,
manage to get
yeah,
one. So I have an unrestricted run that's 240, and I also did an extra life run, Nightmare, which was 231. So, but I used 2 extra lives there, so it's not even deathless.
yeah.
But yeah, around there, yeah.
No, but it's still an insane time, and as you said, you enjoy the details, and it shows because you really know a lot about the game. You were instrumental in creating the Google sheet we have with regards to that calculates all the damage values, headshot values. You were the first to look into all of that
Yeah.
information. You did a lot of work on that, and you helped a lot. Um, uh, to some extent, routing
Yeah.
because we didn't really understand damage resistances, the
Yeah.
damage
I
values.
mean,
We would, yeah,
yeah, so what happened with that, and I just to clarify as well, what happened with that is I kind of started it because from the people who ran 100% back in the day, I was the most interested in that sort of research. But then basically Drake and Bowser took it on themselves later, and they went a lot further with it. So I wanted to say that because Bowser, I think it's the same that he's not in this thing. I guess it's because he doesn't actually run 100%, but he has all the knowledge that he
that's a
would
good
need
point.
to
I'll
comment on
ask
it.
him. I don't know if
I
I
think you
tagged
tagged him.
him.
Yeah, I think you asked him, but he didn't say it. I think probably
Yeah.
because he feels that he doesn't run it, so he shouldn't. But he knows more than most people about it, so he
Yeah, it's true.
probably he would have a lot
And
to say
huge
about
shout
it.
out to Bowser because he keeps all the live split
Yeah,
up to
yeah.
date and stuff like that. So he's a huge part of the
And
community.
he has answers
But
for everything. He has an answer
yeah,
for every question.
it's true. But
Anyway,
let's get into
yeah,
to
let's
the
get
level
going.
into the run. Yeah.
So yeah, actually, there's actually quite a bit just to explain right in the beginning, but we'll do that in a second. So the first thing you notice is that he starts charging hit blast straight away, and I want to talk about this. I mean, I know you talked about that in previous episodes, but just to remind you, he's doing this because there's fights coming up where he wants hit blast. Um, Actually, one really soon. Now, one thing I want to say. So if you see how he does it, there's a few gargoyles here. Then he goes for a dash boost. He does it really quickly. It's really hard to do it that quick, and then he keeps going. But one thing I want to say here, if I can go back, if you're not as good as Sai, which most of us aren't, he actually kills a gargoyle. I didn't realize that. There's 3 gargoyles here, and they're really dangerous. If you're gonna take your time doing the dash boost, or you're not gonna go for the dash boost or something, you might want to kill them. And if you want to kill them, actually using a single charge hit blast for them is pretty good. So even if you're not gonna go for like super speed like Sai, you still want to start charging hit blast straight away. That's what I wanted to say.
No, I entirely agree. They're very dangerous gargoyles. They
Yeah.
seem innocent, but they're
No,
dangerous.
you can die here easily if you take your time to
Mhm.
do the dash boost. It's very easy. So just kill them. It takes like half a second, and it's worth it. The thing is, Sai is going for world record, so he can't afford to do that.
Yeah, and there are a few backups to the dash boost,
Yeah,
which might be a bit easier
yeah. I wanted to talk
for
about
new
that as well.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know all of them. I think there's like 4 or 5 different dash boosts that you can do here. Do you
Mhm.
know all of them?
No, I know the one I found, which
Yeah.
I'm very proud of, which
Which
is
is
the
it?
one where you drop off the ledge.
Yeah, it's the one I use actually because it's the easiest one.
Yeah,
It's the
it's
most
very
consistent
easy.
one. It's the most consistent one, and it's not that slow. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show an alternative beginning, which is very similar to what Sai does, but a lot easier. So instead of charging 3 hit blasts, you can charge just 1 to deal with 2 of the gargoyles here. You can just kill 2 and then kill the third one, and it takes like half a second. For Sai, it's not worth wasting that second, but if you're worried that you might die, it's definitely worth it. Hold on. And then the dash boost. So the one that Sai does is over this bone, I think. I don't even know how to do it. I've never tried it. I think there's another one on this bone and another one on this bone, but they're both very precise. And I mean, Sai does it really quick because he knows it really well, but it takes a lot of precision. Like you have to have the right angle. If I just try to stand here and dash, I just fall. It's just the angle is not right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's better now. I'm just gonna show this quick and that's it. So the one that Lawyer was talking about, dash boost, that he discovered that's a lot easier. It's down here in this little white thing. You can stand here, as you can see, and then you just hack this wall, dash, move forward, and then do a second dash, and it's a lot easier. It's so much easier, and you can do that, like as I said, you can charge a single hit blast as you're going. Well, my game is lagging. You can charge a single hit blast as you're going down for the gargoyles, then kill the gargoyles, then go down and do that, and it takes 2 seconds more than what Sai that, and it's a lot easier. So
Yeah,
I think that should be enough. Sorry?
It's a very good alternative.
So yeah, so Sai does this last dash boost again. It's really hard. It looks really easy when he does it, and then he goes this way. So you're going through the secret kind of the opposite way, and then here's the first fight. And yeah, okay. So maybe pause and describe this fight, right? Lawyer, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So there's basically there's 2 soldiers, 2 revenants on the platforms, and then the zombies. As you can see, Sai kills actually the 2 soldiers with 1 shot because they are pretty lined up, and if you get the right angle, you can hit them both with a single precision bolt, and that's really good. And then you want to basically throw everything, including the frag, to the first revenant. Sai actually has the damage all timed up. So the revenant is dead. Okay, let's show that again. It's really fast to see, but yeah. Kill the soldiers first, then the revenant. It's really fast, and then he flame belches the zombies, and that's really important. There's a challenge in this level, which is to flame belch 4 demons with a single one, and you want to get that one as soon as possible. You can actually do that later in the level without actually losing any time, but you only lose like half a second at most doing it here, and it gives you a shoot token that you want to use as soon as possible. But we'll talk about that in a second when Sai actually upgrades that. And then yeah, after that, this goes for the second Revenant. You see that's what the heal blast was for. He uses it as a damage burst against the second Revenant, so it's probably. So he just goes to the Revenant, unleashes a hit blast, and then just a blood punch, and the Revenant just dies.
Yeah, PB blood punch.
Yeah.
And the flame belching the zombies as well.
Yeah.
It's important to do it here because you said there's another opportunity a bit later, but I think there's only maybe.
Yeah, maybe one more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so if you miss it here, you miss the point.
I mean, if you miss it and you know it, you can probably find the situations, but it's gonna imply you kind of hurting the demons around a bit because you need 4 on the same place. Here it's free. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's another spot where it's free. It's even more free than here, but it's kind of in the middle of the level, and you want the point as soon as possible. So it's just better to do it there. But we'll see why here, guys, in a second. There's another dash boost here to get the battery, and then
maybe
again.
You could show the lineup because I haven't tried that dash boost a lot, but I found it a bit difficult. I tried it a year ago when we first found it, so.
Yeah, I don't think
on the video, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, so I use a different lineup than Sai. So he's aiming up. Basically, what you want to do is be on the corner, but more to the left and to the right. That's the main thing. It's not that hard once you learn it. It's pretty consistent to a degree. I actually look down. I find it's easier for me if I look down, and you want to move backwards, like you mentioned on earlier videos, right after you dash. The point is, even if you fail it once or twice, it's not a big deal because you don't lose that much time repeating it. Of course, ideally you wouldn't, but it's not a game changer at all.
But it's a huge time save to get it. So.
Oh no, yeah, you for sure want to get it, but maybe it's fine if you take 2 or 3 tries to get it. Basically, that's what I mean. Like what happens sometimes with this one is you don't get enough height. Like you get a dash boost, but it's not high enough. But yeah, basically on the corner, point a bit to the left, and aiming either up or down. But I think if you aim forward, it's a bit harder. Like you rub against the wall more. And yeah, it's a huge time boost because the normal way to get that is to go and hit a switch and then a cutscene and then a boost pad, and it's so much time. There's another way to get up with climbing the columns, but it also takes longer than dash boost, so dash boost is just easier. So now this part. So there's a bunch of stuff here. I actually don't know if you need to kill all these zombies or not, but you want to because otherwise they will kill you.
Yeah.
So what happens? Sorry, I shouldn't have gone that far. Here. So yeah. So here actually, this is the first time you see mecha zombies in the game. This is I don't want to go into how to kill every single demon. I'm doing my own video on that. But for mecha zombies, it's worth pointing out. Just shoot them in the head with the precision bolt. It's a lot easier, and that's what you'll see Sai doing for most of them. If you don't, they're gonna be a problem.
Because a PB to the body only gets them glory kill.
Yeah, and exactly. The same with the sticky bomb. A sticky bomb on the body only staggers them, whereas if you hit a sticky bomb in the head, it kills them as well. But that's harder than the precision bolt, so I would recommend the precision bolt. There's also the hit blast method. We'll see that later. There's a specific spot where that's useful. But yeah, the mecha zombie on the right is not on where the pendulum blade is. So you want to kill that one first because it's kind of dangerous, and then just hit the pendulum and it kills all of the rest except for one regular zombie. If you do it quickly, but that's fine because the regular zombie is slow and not that dangerous, so you're gonna kill him later. You see him there. Then there's 4 more mecha zombies here, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. You can see actually Sai gets 2 of them, 2 headshots with the same shot. That's actually harder than it looks. and then he actually.
That's gonna be a theme for the run. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things like that you see, and then so he gets 2 headshots with 1 shot. Yeah, that's not easy to line up, and especially going so fast.
Yeah.
The other thing, he charged a double hit blast charge here. This is really important. So mecha zombies don't die from a single hit blast charge, but they die from a double one. And when you have groups of mecha zombies like this and you can pre-charge it, it's great to do this. Like this saves so much time. And then that's going to. It's just so fast, so many things happening. The other thing that he does is upgrade. I missed it again. Sorry. Yeah. So he upgrades the hot swapper, and Drake went into this in the introduction video. This is why you want to do the flame belts on the other enemies, so you get the suit token that allows you to get hot swapper around this place. Now hot swapper becomes super useful once you get the rocket launcher and the super shotgun, which is relatively soon. But even here, it's already useful for switching between the shotgun, the precision bolt, and the plasma. It's not the same as when you get the rocket launcher and the super shotgun. That's when it becomes really big, but it's really good to get it early.
We used to get faster dash. We used to focus on getting mobility, but it turns out getting hot swapper is better. I guess maybe faster dash is good for your first runs because you have more mobility early on.
Yeah. And you're not going to notice hot swapper as much, or not so obviously.
And the time saved from hot swapper compared to faster dash is minimal. It's not as optimal, but it's good to know that this is what
it's not so easy
does.
To get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in optimal runs. It's better to get hot swapper first, but you kind of have to know the fights very, very well for that to be an actual time save over faster dash.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I mean, even in NMG any percent where they don't do as many fights, they still get faster dasher first because it's not. So hot swapper is only good when you're gonna shoot a lot and shoot really fast, basically.
Exactly.
Even though even if you get faster dasher, you still want to get the flame belts on the zombies as soon as possible, though. That will still be worth it.
Yeah, the routing doesn't change.
Then there's the Hell Knight. He throws a ice bomb at him basically because there's no other use for the ice bomb. It just makes it simpler. And then there's more zombies here. Again, shoot the pendulum. It's gonna kill everyone except one mecha zombie. and the zombie that we left earlier, he actually kills the mecha zombie there. You can barely even notice it. So there's one mecha zombie that's outside the range of the pendulum. You want to shoot him in the head, and then there's the zombie that you left from earlier. You can just do something on him. And
And it's important
sorry.
to notice, that the Hell Knight he shoots 3 stickies, but it's 3 headshots.
Oh yeah, that's important. Yeah, let's look at that.
Because 3 stickies by themselves will not kill the Hell Knight.
Yeah, he's shooting in the head. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah. You see the sticky is blue, so it means it's a headshot. So he does extra damage to that Hell Knight, which allows him to kill him with a precision bolt and 3 stickies. So don't be surprised if you're just shooting him into the legs and he unfreezes and hits you.
Yeah,
because you need to shoot him in the head.
You can just follow up with another precision bolt or even some plasma, or even glory kill him afterwards. But yeah, if you want to go for optimal, shooting in the head is better, and that's part of the reason why it's good to freeze him, so it's easier to get headshots. It's pretty impossible to get a headshot on a Hell Knight that's actually attacking you. That they just move around so much. Although I wouldn't challenge Xai to do that. But yeah, the pendulum, the mecha zombie, and then Xai actually uses the zombie that we left from earlier to get blood punch charge, or half a blood punch charge with that. So the monkey boost that spawns now takes a while to come out, so he just takes his time to get some ammo and stuff. He wants that imp for another blood punch charge. He's just waiting for the monkey bus to go in the area, and then get the blood punch, and then there's another monkey bus. So again, here the routing is weird. So Xai, you'll notice there's the monkey bus on top of the platform, and then there's another on the left. Can you see my mouse? I don't know if you can see my mouse. Yeah. There's another on the left that spawns there. So what Xai does is he just pulls backwards towards the exit of the room and starts shooting the one on top, and then he will use the pendulum to kill the third one. Now this is slightly slower than another thing that you can do, but the reason he does it is he wants to keep the chainsaw ammo. So what I would do, I'm not gonna show it, but what I do instead, I prefer it a lot, is I start basically the same here, and then after I kill that one, instead of going right, I jump on the platform and chainsaw the one on top of the platform. And I know many people like to do that as well. That actually gives you ammo, which is also really useful at this point, to get that ammo. And then you only have the one on the corridor to the left. And you can just kind of focus that one down. And it's actually faster than what Xai is doing, very slightly, but you use the fuel. That's the main thing.
And running away from that mancubus is not as easy as it looks.
Oh yeah, no.
Again, if you're kind of new to UN and you don't have a very firm grasp of UN, you're likely to die trying to avoid those mancubus shots. It's not as easy.
I like to say, actually, I was going to bring this up earlier, that I feel like Cultist base is a blue balling level, okay? So what that means is Cultist base is full of fights that make you struggle right before giving you the tool that you needed for that fight that happened before. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I understand.
So this one is an example because it gives you 3 Monkey, which it's going to be easy to deal with 3 Monkey later on, but at this point it's hard because you don't have the rocket launcher or the super shotgun yet. So this level is the whole level is about making you want the rocket launcher and the super shotgun. That's what this level is about, and lock-on in particular. Yeah. So that's part of the reason why Lawyer said that's not easy. If you had the rocket launcher or super shotgun, that fight would be trivial, but you don't. I love the comments. I've seen this speedrun maybe 4 times, and I love the comments. He probably watched a few speedruns, so he got the idea of how to play the game. Apparently they do that in every stream or something. I've seen it many times. Yeah, so here again, another trick that I think was discovered by All Uppercase, I believe. So Xai charges again a double charge of hit blast because there's 3 mecha zombies in this next fight that are really annoying to deal with normally, but if you know how to deal with them, they're really easy. You can just grab the wall here. This is a bit harder than it looks, but it's not too hard. So grab the wall, and rather than climbing up, you jump upwards and climb this ledge. You need to use the wall for that, otherwise there's not enough height. And then you catch the 3 mecha zombies here before they spread out and just hit blast them. And that makes this fight half as long, like about half as long, because otherwise they're going to jump down, they're going to spread, and you're going to have to hunt them down. And as we said, mecha zombies are very inconvenient to kill.
Yeah, they're pretty hard to kill, surprisingly.
I say this on the how to kill video I was talking about when I want mecha zombies. The phrase that I use is they're designed to be inconvenient. That's mecha zombies. Like they have the right amount of health to be a pain in the ass, and but they're not really hard. They're just really annoying.
Yeah, and they do the right amount of damage to be dangerous as well.
Yeah, like you can't just ignore them,
Yeah.
but you can't just swat them off like a fly. You need to kind of
Yeah.
pay attention to them for a second, and it's really annoying. Yeah, then you want to actually disable this turret because there's another challenge in this level, which is to disable an arachnatron turret, and this is the first arachnatron in the level, so you want to do it here. It's actually easy, so you get the point. You can't use it yet, but you want to get it as soon as possible. And then there's just the arachnatron, and I think it's 4 soldiers, maybe 5. Do you know how many soldiers it is?
No, I can't remember. But kill the soldiers. That's all there is.
It's like 4 or 5 soldiers, the 3 mecha zombies, and the arachnatron. And now you go this way to the cultist key. It's worth noting, by the way, you can skip that fight pretty easily normally, but you need it for combat rating, so it's kind of an annoyance that we have to do it.
Yeah. In an MG, we skip it very easily.
Yeah. I tried to make it work for 100%, but there's no way. I mean, you need to do the fight, but I tried to like route it a different way, but it's not worth it. So you don't need this key. No, you do need this key.
Yeah, you need the key to open the door at the bottom of the corridor.
Yeah. And also you need it later on, actually, even if you skip this part. So this next part, this next corridor, it's actually not near at all. You can ignore everything here. Because this is the same corridor where we fought the Mancubi, and the fight that's tracked that you need for completion here is the one with the Mancubi, not the one with here with the Hell Knight and the Revenant. So you can skip it. It is dangerous though. Keep that in mind. You can die here.
Yeah, but what he does is what is the safest strat. You know, you need to go to the door at the end of the corridor as fast as possible, because it's only once you get close to the door that it's going to open. So if you stay at the back of the corridor, the door is just not going to open.
Yeah.
So you need to rush to that door and
wait for the animation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then changing levels by going up on these canisters, jumping around so that
you don't die.
Up. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, one thing I do that Sai cannot do because of his chainsaw routing, but what I do is I go to the door so it opens, then turn around and chainsaw a zombie, because that gives you invulnerability while you're chainsawing, and then by the time you're finished chainsawing, the door is open and you can keep going. So that's a lot safer. But Sai is trying to save fuel, so he cannot do that. But yeah, you could also glory kill something. That's something I do on Hell on Earth, actually.
That's a good point.
You could shoot the zombie twice to make it stagger, then go to a door, then turn around and glory kill it, and that gives you a small invulnerability period, which is really useful here.
Yeah, zombies are perfect for glory kills. You either shoot them once in the head, and they go to glory kill state, or shoot them twice in the body
with a heavy cannon.
Yeah, with a heavy cannon, exactly. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, also another thing, actually, let's look at that. I hope we're not going too slow, Lawyer. Is that the base is fine?
You know, it's a huge level, but it's a very interesting level, and
it has a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Sorry?
It has a lot of stuff. Sorry, hold on.
It's fine.
Sorry. Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, but once you've cleared it, you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot from UN 400% as well, and it really is one of those levels that's kind of a plateau. At least it was for me when I cleared UN for the first time. Like once I cleared Cultist base, I felt like the rest of the game was easier, made more sense.
It's easier. I mean, Doom Hunter base can be risky as well, but it's shorter and kind of more streamlined. Cultist base is definitely like, a lot of people feel like, I can't even get past Cultist base in Ultra Nightmare, and it's like, well, that's not even. That's the big problem, like getting past Cultist base. If you get past Cultist base, you've basically gotten past 60% of the difficulty of Ultra Nightmare.
Yeah, I agree. I've died so many times to the Mancubus fight we just saw. It's 3 Mancubus, but I've died so many times.
You just don't have enough damage to kill them quickly. That's the thing. So there's one other thing I want to mention. Again, say that's something really quickly that's really easy to not notice. There's 2 lost souls that appear here where the Revenant, and they're really dangerous. You can die very easily to them. And actually, the AI of the Lost Souls is annoying. Even if you do the chainsaw trick that I mentioned, the Lost Souls will not explode while you're in the chainsaw. They will wait until you're out of invulnerability and then explode. So you want to deal with the Lost Souls. Otherwise, they can easily kill you. So what Sai does is he shoots a sticky bomb to the Revenant with bigger boom, and then another one, and that kills the Lost Souls. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah,
Sorry, the quality is...
I saw and I didn't know he did that.
Yeah. What I do instead is I charge a single charge hit blast, and I just jump on top of the ledge and shoot them with a hit blast. But you want to do something about those Lost Souls. Either kill them or hide somewhere, or turn around and kill them later. But you don't just ignore them; they will kill you.
A lot of stuff will kill you in this game if you ignore them.
Yeah, yeah. But the point is, the Revenant and the Hell Knight, they're dangerous, but you can sort of jump around and dodge them, like you said. The Lost Souls won't do that. That won't do it. You want to actually kill them. Even Sai spends 2 stickies just to kill them because he knows how dangerous they are.
Mhm.
So now these you can skip as well. The shield soldiers there, and then here's one of the hardest bunny hops in the level, at least. I don't know if in the game.
I'd
So
play the game. I'd play the game.
Yeah, this is really hard to get.
Yeah.
It may
it's so
look
cool.
easy, but it's really cool. But it's really hard to get. There's actually 2 ways of doing it. So Sai's going for the left one here, which is on the... Yeah, so he's going for the... Yeah, there's like 2 variations of the ways to do it. So you can jump either on this platform here on the left, or you can jump on the ground. And then you can jump here, you can jump either on the left higher place or the right lower place. The left one gives you more height but less speed. The right one gives you more speed but less height. It depends on the timing of your jumps and stuff. It's hard. Just don't try it if you haven't practiced it. It's very hard.
I mean, you could try it, but you're not going to land it, and don't be frustrated. Because
Yeah,
you're not
no.
landing. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure even Sai probably fails it sometimes in his runs. I fail it like half the time or
Yeah,
even
it's-
3/4 of the time.
Very hard. Very
It's
hard.
very precise. I mean, the point... Sorry.
He even lands it without having to ledge grab at the end, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It's
The-
crazy.
The point of this bunny hop, by the way, in case it's not clear, is to be able to reach here directly. Otherwise, you would have to jump down where there's a large boost and then go from the boost upwards, which is fine. It's only like 3 seconds loss. And if you can try the bunny hop, and then if you see you're not gonna make it, just turn left and go to the boost. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's very, very hard. It's not a huge thing anyway. If you miss it, you're not. It's not like a huge skip. It's just a minimal thing.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay, so then here you get the rocket launcher finally. But again, blue balling. I feel like this fight is another blue balling fight because you just got the rocket launcher and it's like, oh cool, now I'm gonna get to use it. But this fight has 3 monkey buy and then a Kako that spawns in the middle of the fight. I think it's after you kill the first one or a short time afterwards. I'm not sure. And then a lot of gargoyles. I don't know how many, but it's like 15 or something. And the rocket launcher here is good, but you wish you had lock on here. Like this fight you're fighting is like, oh god, I really wish I had lock on for this fight. It would make it so much better. It's also a really hard fight, a very typical place to die as well.
Yeah.
And also one of the things that makes this fight considerably easier is precisely the hot swapper thing. This is one of the main reasons for hot swapper. This fight here, in NMG any percent they completely skip this fight. They don't do it. So that's why hot swapper is not so useful. This fight with hot swapper is a lot easier. So yeah, there's 3 monkey bite. They actually have the same spawns every time. There's one on the back, the one he's shooting at, the one on the left, and then the other one I think is on the right on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So Sai actually, yeah, so he goes for speed, which means clearing the gargoyles before they spread out. But that's really risky. Normally you want to kill the monkey bite first. They're more dangerous. And he actually goes right. What I do actually, if you want to think about safety, is actually before going out, I kill the monkey on the end from the place where you grab the rocket launcher, so you're kind of protected from the others and from the gargoyles. So just like the long range precision bolt and rocket launcher swap, and then I go on to the rest. But Sai goes for full speed, so clears out the gargoyles the best that he can, then goes for this one. You can see the swapping, like the rocket launcher precision bolt swapping. That's what hot swapper is for. Then the next one, then the Kako should have spawned. So the Kako, let's actually move back. The Kako can spawn in 2 places. No, okay, further back. Okay. The Kako spawns like shortly after you kill the first monkey boy, or like 10 seconds after you enter the arena, basically. And it can spawn either. I hope you can see my mouse.
Yeah, I see your mouse.
Here on the where the basically where the back monkey bus is, or on the right, like on top of the sea,
Behind the
basically.
pillar, yeah.
Yeah,
Behind that
behind the
pillar.
pillar. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you can spawn in one of those two places. There's no other place you can spawn. It takes like around 5 or 10 seconds after you start the fight to spawn. And you don't want to ignore it because then it will come from your back and bite your ass. So actually, yeah. So you kill. Basically, that's the typical thing. You kill two monkey before. Yeah, there's the Kako before going for the Kako, or in this case, he goes for the last monkey first. And then he does this really weird thing, which is chainsawing a Kako. You don't normally chainsaw Kakos. It takes 3 fuel and it's kind of a waste. But he does it here because he wants to maximize his ammo at the end of the fight, I think. I think that's the reason.
I don't know if it's purposeful or not, but I guess it is because you've used your rockets to kill all the Mancubi.
Yeah.
And you have some rocket pickups coming up, but you're probably going to want a bit more.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what he's doing.
I mean, also, killing Kakos with stickies is slow because you have to glory kill them. So I guess he's just going for maximum speed here.
Yeah.
But if you want to go for safety and just lose like a couple of seconds, either chainsaw the one monkey in the first fight that I said, or chainsaw one monkey here. That's what I would recommend. It's a lot more efficient in terms of safety.
And as you said, it's a hard arena, so
Yeah.
don't necessarily try to do what he did.
I mean, look at Sai's health. He's at 35 health. He's very close to dying here, and he's a really, really good player. So
yeah, but practice this arena and find a strategy that works for you. I know I had one which I liked, where I shot a rocket very quickly at the gargoyles on the right, and that killed like 5 out of them. Then I mean, I had my own route. It's not necessarily the best. It's not necessarily the fastest. But start by getting the arena clear, getting a UN time in, and then you're gonna start learning spawns, optimizing movement, and everything else.
What I would say is like this kind of optimization, Chainsaw on the Kako, is the kind of optimization you want to do the very last, because it makes the run a lot harder. It's gonna frustrate you a lot by dying a lot, and it doesn't really save that much time, even if it does save some time. But yeah. I don't do it.
Yeah, and it saves time for him because he's landing almost every shot.
Yeah.
I don't land almost every shot, so
and dodging
this is
a lot
going
as
to
well.
waste time for me.
Yeah. That's make the fight done. Normally, if you don't kill the gargoyles in the beginning, you have to hunt for them now, which is why he killed them in the beginning. Then he does this dash boost. I haven't tried it much. I think it's pretty easy, but
it's pretty simple.
Yeah, I don't like it that much either. Actually, there's the thing is there's a soul sphere in this arena on the. So let's. Okay, no, further back. Yeah, so here you can climb. So these rocks here. After you've cleared the arena, there's an invisible wall that despawns here, and you can climb the rocks and jump to the soul sphere, which is right above Sai here. And it's nice to have the extra health and armor for the next arena, and it doesn't take that much longer than doing the dash boost. You can also do the intended route, like just jump to the wall and go up. It doesn't lose that much time either.
Yeah, the soul sphere's on the left right now.
Yeah, exactly on the left at this height. Yeah.
Yeah, behind the coffins. You can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's behind the coffins.
Oh yeah, and the rune. That's important.
Yeah.
So I mean, Drake went into a lot of detail with this, but yeah, here we normally get Bloodfield. If you wanted to get Savagery here, it would barely make a difference, or if you just prefer other runes like you discussed in the first episode. As you discussed in the first episode, Air Control is the rune, and then the others are just like very minimal differences most of the time. But Bloodfield is nice because it allows you to get boosts after Chainsaw and stuff. Which is particularly useful, especially because we don't get faster dasher so early, so you want to make more use of that instead of just dashing around. Alright. And then there's what I call the final Blue Bowling Arena. It's the last. It's not so hard as the previous one, or not once you know it. But it's the only arena in the entire game that you have to kill Whiplashes without having lock-on.
That's true.
And it's there to blue ball you, because Whiplashes, there's mainly 2 ways to kill them. One is lock-on, and the other is Destroyer Blade. After you get lock on, you're not gonna really kill Whiplashes in any other way. But in this fight, you have to, and that makes this fight considerably harder. This fight with lock on would be absolutely trivial.
Yeah.
There's one that spawns right here, as it kind of teases
Yeah,
you.
so it's important to note that so far in Cultist space, all the spawns, and I think throughout the level, none of the spawns are random. All of the spawns are set.
Yeah, there's only like the Kako that can have 2 spawn points and maybe a couple other things, but most of them are totally set. Yes. So this one is entirely, at least the Whiplashes. I'm pretty sure they're soldiers as well. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
So the first Whiplash spawns there. Actually, Sai shoots at it before it appears. The frag is really useful in this fight. Sai saves it for the second Whiplash. I throw the frag on the first Whiplash. He just shots 2 rockets at it and then headshot it because he's just cool like that. I didn't even know you could headshot Whiplashes. I never even tried. I didn't know that. And then there's another one that comes up there. What I do is I throw the frag to the first one and then an ice bomb to the second one. But what he's doing is... Sorry?
The ice bomb also explodes the
soldiers, yeah. Oh, and the barrels, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
The little spiky,
the
mine barrels things, yes. But it's pretty similar anyway. I think what he's doing is to avoid moving so much, and there's the third Whiplash that comes there. Actually, Sai doesn't use it, he mostly just uses rocket launcher, but I would recommend, to make this fight easier, Heat Blast is really useful. There's a lot of shield soldiers, so you want to shoot at the shield with a plasma, and then once you have Heat Blast charge, just throw it on groups of them. It's really good. It's also good with the Whiplashes because it filters them, and that's really useful for Whiplashes, just to make them stand still for a second.
No, I entirely agree. Plasma and Heat Blast is great against Whiplashes early on. It's a great weapon.
And soldiers. Also, so that's one thing I actually wanted to bring up here about soldiers and Heat Blast. It's a thing that I'm gonna take a guess and guess that you don't know, Lawyer, but maybe you do. It's better when you kill shield soldiers with Heat Blast. It's better to do it with 1 charge than with 2. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, you told me that a while back, but I completely forgot it, and I can't remember why.
So the thing is, 1 Heat Blast charge shouldn't normally kill a shield soldier because they have more health than the damage it does. But because they have the shield, Heat Blast damages the shield and makes it explode, and then the explosion from the shield kills the soldier. And that's better because the explosion from the shield also damages things near it, like the Whiplashes, for example, or other soldiers. And it deals a lot of damage. I think it's 2,000 damage. It's like 2 blood punches worth of damage. It's a lot.
Yeah.
If you use a double charge, you'll kill the soldier directly, and the shield won't explode. So it's not so useful. So when you're killing shield soldiers with Heat Blast, always try to do it with just 1 charge. It's a lot better. And you can use it actually on certain places to get damage on other demons, like the Whiplashes here.
Yeah, that's the level of detail you know the game. But I'm thinking I need to cover in an episode the hit point values of the enemies, because it's interesting to know. I'll do it later on, and I'll do it as a post-mortem, let's say. But it's good to know.
I'm not talking in the video that I'm doing about the how to kill, which is going to be really long. I don't talk about the specific numbers, but I do talk about how they relate to each other and to the damage of weapons and so on. So but that's going to be a really long video. I mean, not as long as this series of tutorials, but yeah. Anyway, is there anything else you wanted to say about this fight?
No,
okay,
perfect.
And now finally,
I chainsaw the soldier at the end as well.
Oh yeah, did Sai do that? No, he didn't. He does that. Yeah, I do that as well. It's really useful. It's good for the next fight. Yeah. And you wanna again charging Heat Blast for the fight that's about to come, and finally the blue balling is finished, and you can. Can I say come here? You can finally let go and you get lock-on burst. This is like you've been waiting the entire level for this moment, basically. Lock-on burst is so good. You want to get it here. Drake talked about it. It's just really good. And you actually fully upgrade it straight away. Actually, today I discovered a tech that might make it so that you don't need to fully upgrade it, but we're still not sure if it's worth it. But you want to normally you want to fully upgrade it unless you're doing the specific tech, though. I'm talking, and if that turns out to be good, which we're not sure. I'm trying to pause there, but it's hard. So he picks up Lock on Burst and then fully upgrades it. We're not going to master it. I don't think anyone nowadays masters Lock on manually. We use a mastery token on it in the end, but it's just the buffs are so good. But Drake talked about that, so let's not talk so much about it. Yeah, so then here, there's a bunch of shield soldiers that you don't need to kill, and a secret to the left. So you go to a secret, a suit token, and then there's this small dash boost, which is actually quite hard. And he hits the mine basically to stagger the soldiers, or any that could be close. Because if you try to do this dash boost without doing that, they will kill you.
Yeah, soldiers are terrifying.
Yeah, no, if you get close to shield soldiers without staggering them or something, you will die really quick. Yeah. So this dash boost is actually kind of hard. There's not much to it. It's just hugging the wall and hitting the dash at the right moment. And it's all to get up here quickly. It saves like, again, like 2 seconds. You can just go around, punch the box and climb up, and you won't lose that much time. But you can try the dash boost. It's cool, and it looks nice when you do it in a run. You know, it makes you feel cool.
No, I agree. It's the definition of dash boost. Makes you feel cool.
And it does save time for sure.
Yeah, but it is hard. It's hard and it's dangerous. You can die there.
Yeah.
So if you've never done it before and you're not comfortable, just go do
around
the box thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter.
You can still ignore the soldiers. If you dash around quickly, the soldiers won't catch up to you, so you don't need to stop to kill them. Also, what I do in runs is I stagger the soldiers with a mine. I try to do dash boost, and if I fail, I just go around, because by then the soldiers will get out from the stagger and then they will kill you. So I only try it like once or twice if I don't get it. And then this arena. Oh god, that's what to say. This arena is kind of it's the orgasm really. It's still a really hard arena, but you now have lock on. So it's this fight is kind of, I feel like when they developed this arena, they were like, now we're gonna show you how powerful you've become now that you've gotten this mod. I mean, not necessarily lock on. You could have gotten remote death in a casual playthrough, or maybe micro missiles or something. But still, it's like you got that mod, and now we're gonna let you have fun with it, basically. And in speedrunning, we use lock on for that. I mean, I call it the lock on arena. That's the way I call it.
It's a hard arena when you don't know what's going on. Yeah. But I call it a 12-click arena when you know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's all there is to it. It's 12 clicks.
Other than soldiers and zombies, which I don't know, there's only one spawn that's not entirely fixed, which is the Kako. And again, it has 4 places where you can spawn. I think I'll walk you through it while he's doing it rather than explain everything at first. So the first thing is going to be, there's 2 zombies to the sides. You can ignore them. Okay, so let's say you don't need to kill the zombies in this fight, or the mecha zombies. You do need to kill the soldiers, both the normal soldiers and the shield soldiers. And you need to kill all the heavies as well. And there's an order to that, and we'll see about that. But I actually kill the zombies here with precision bolt because I have the time and just for safety, but it's not necessary. Sai chooses to go close. He kills 1. Yeah. And then what's going to happen here is there's going to be a Mancubus coming up, and also 1 regular soldier and 2 shield soldiers. So actually, Sai uses a frag to kill the soldier and the shield soldier on the right, and then goes for the Mancubus. And this is where Lock-on becomes good. Like, Lock-on doesn't kill a Mancubus, but it almost does, and then you can just do 1 rocket or a couple precision bolts or super shotgun when you get later on to kill it. He uses a rocket. Oh, he also uses the rocket to kill the other soldier as well. Optimality. And he changes 1 soldier here. I also changed one of the shield soldiers. Here. I would recommend that you change those shield soldiers over regular soldiers because they're a lot harder to kill with normal weapons. So it's better to kind of reserve the chainsaws for them shield soldiers. And after you've done that, then the Kako will spawn. And it can spawn basically on one of the 4 corners of the arena, outside the arena. So you're kind of already seeing 2, or at least 1, the one on the right. So he can spawn there, if you can see my mouse. He can also, so Sai seen it's not spawning there, so he's gonna look left now. I think he can spawn there as well, but it's not there either. So then it can be on the other 2 corners to the left. So he's gonna look. It can spawn there behind that place. It's not there. Okay. So actually, it was in the first corner. He just didn't. It was too quick. But that's where it can be. It can also be. Let's go back. Okay, that's a lot back. It can also spawn there on the right. behind that place. What I do is I look first. Sorry, I hope this is not too much detail again, lawyer, but I think it's quite relevant. What I do is I look there to the right first, then there to left, then there, and if it's not in any of those places, then no, actually, sorry, this is the third place I look, and then if it's not on any of those three places, then I move this way, because if it spawns on the right there, it kind of does behind the wall, so you can't see him straight away. It's there anyway. Sai actually does this thing where he uses a sticky bomb in its mouth and then a couple others to hit it so that it actually dies from a couple precision bolts. You can also glory kill it a bit slower, but it's fine. After that, there's a Revenant that comes here. He always comes up this way, although sometimes he stays down, but it's pretty much the same. And again, lock on just kills it. It's just really easy. You also want to pick these 3 rockets here. It's important because otherwise you'll run out of rockets really quickly in this arena. Then there's the spider that spawns in the back there. Actually, it normally spawns on top, right? Am I wrong?
It could spawn on top and it could spawn
behind.
In the back, yeah. And
okay.
Once you've killed either the arachnatron or the Revenant, the next phase spawns, which is a Whiplash.
Okay.
And,
yeah, but most people do it this way. They kill the Revenant first and then the arachnatron. I think that's the normal thing.
But everyone does it this way, but yeah.
I think the thing is that their spiders move less fast and they take longer to kill. So it's better to kill the Revenant while you know where it is and then look for the spider than to kill the spider and then look for the Revenant, which could be anywhere by then.
Yeah.
The spider actually doesn't die from a single lock-on, just like Monkey Boss, but you can finish it off with a precision bolt. There's also Whiplash here, so you want to kill both at the same time. He's also going to use an ice bomb, which oh no, he's not, okay. I use an ice bomb here for this Whiplash. You don't need to, but it's quite useful. And then there's one. Oh yeah, there's a Hell Knight there. There's the Revenant that's gonna spawn right behind him, where the spider just died, and the Monkey-Bus that spawns on the left. He goes for the Hell Knight first. I go for the Revenant first, but honestly, whichever you prefer. You're gonna need to change so because you're using so many rockets in this fight, and you want to keep going with the rockets. There's the Revenant, and there's the Monkey-Bus on the right as well. So once you kill the Revenant, it's only the Monkey-Bus left, and then the soldiers, both the normal ones and the Seal soldiers. So he starts killing the soldiers, because the Monkey-Bus takes a while. Seal soldiers, and then the zombies and the mecha zombies you completely ignore. There's one more thing I want to say, but I'll ask you first if there's anything else you want to say about this.
No. As I said, it's at the end of the day, it's a really difficult fight. You have 6 heavies, 7 heavies. You have 100 HP, 50 armor.
Yeah.
It's not an easy fight, but
not even the super shotgun.
Yeah, no super shotgun, but this is really where knowing your spawns shows and is important because again, it's right click, lock on, kill, right click, lock on, kill, right click, lock on. Kill.
If you know your stuff, it's like that. If you don't, or if you're sloppy and take a bit of time and they start moving all around and so on, it gets really messy.
And it's a great arena to show that the main time save for new players is learning arenas and it's not doing the fancy tricks. Even if the fancy tricks are fun, and I encourage people to do them. If you want to go fast, you need to learn the spawns and you need to learn the kill orders and everything else. Yeah,
if you don't know the spawns here and you do it this Ultra Nightmare and just play it safe and slowly, this arena can take you 4 or 5 minutes easily.
Oh yeah.
And it takes like 30 seconds at most. But I'll just let it go once entirely so you see the overall how it looks because it's really cool to see the 12 clicks like you say.
Yeah, the choreography is really cool, I agree.
And you're kind of in a rush because stuff spawns really quickly and you want to catch it before it moves.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, one of the reasons I leave the Hell Knight for last is because the Hell Knight is the one that you can know where it is. It's always behind you.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean? It's kind of when you're not confident that you're going to be able to kill stuff quickly enough, Hell Knights can be the last ones to kill because they're always going to chase you.
Yeah, they're always going to come to you.
Yeah. Oh, we should talk about that, the dash boost. Okay, so there's 2 things. The dash storage, yeah. There's 2 things I want to say. Okay, so there's a fuel canister there. Sai doesn't pick it up because he just used the fuel and he's gonna replenish it anyway. But for me, I actually wait until the canister replenishes, which it doesn't take as long for me because I take longer to do the fight. And then I pick it up to have 2. And that's a very important part of my route, so you might consider doing that. It makes the rest of the level a bit safer.
Yeah.
So that field canister can be very useful. Is
I
all I'm
used to do
saying.
it as well on my casual playthrough, because you'll talk about it later. But having 3 chainsaw pips can be very useful later on.
Yeah. Sai doesn't do it because it would mean he would have to wait here for like, I mean, I don't know if you can see it on the video, it's pretty low quality, but he's like halfway through the cooldown, so he'd have to wait for like 5 or 10 seconds for it to replenish, and it's not worth it for him. And yeah, so this is new tech. I think this is the first time it appears, right?
Yeah.
We call it dust storage. So there's a small cutscene here. I mean, it's not even a cutscene. It's more like a small little thing where you see the breach coming up and the door going down and the gate opening. And what we discovered is that, okay, so let's explain this properly. I think you mentioned this briefly in another episode. The way dash works is it accelerates you first, then keeps you at constant speed or almost constant speed for the duration of the dash, and then it decelerates you, right? It slows you down. This is why for later on when we get to levels where we do ballista boosting and stuff, you don't want to dash in the middle of ballista boosting because it actually slows you down. But the thing is, there's a glitch that they have never fixed actually, where if you dash right as the cutscene is coming up, so let's look at that again, sorry. You dash right when the fade out, so that the dash doesn't finish before the cutscene comes in. Then the cutscene plays, and what happens is the game forgets to slow you down after the cutscene. Because the slowdown would have come during the cutscene, so it kind of overrides it or something, and it preserves your dash speed after the dash, which is what's going on here. So it's a really cool way to get some speed, especially in these levels that you don't have ballista boosting yet. It's like a cheap way to get pretty cool speed boosts pretty easily.
And this awesome bunny hop as well, so it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
He saved like 10 seconds there with that dash storage.
Yeah, clearly.
Again, it's not as much as the fight itself, but it's cool.
Yeah, very true.
And I mean, it all adds up, you know? Like, the main reasons that Sai's run is like over half an hour faster than mine is that he gets all of his stuff very consistently. I get it every so often.
Yeah.
This part, you just grab the battery. There's a Kaku spawning, but you can completely ignore it. He almost falls there. That happens to me in runs as well.
He's very unlucky because it's not that easy to do.
Yeah, no, you have to have the right angle and dash the right moment.
Yeah.
But it has happened to me as well. Like I dash and it's like, oh, I overdid it. This is, by the way, the other spot where you can get the flame belch challenge. These zombies here. It's really easy to get it on these ones here. The point is, you would have not had the hot swapper as early if you did that. So it's better to get it early. But if you missed it, you can get it basically for free on these zombies. You don't need to kill them, but if you kill them all, you get a soul sphere in the middle.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that, okay?
No,
that's why Sai kills them. So he actually does the thing, and then soul sphere. You see secret found? That's a soul sphere spawning. It's not a secret. It's not a tracked secret, but there's a soul sphere that spawns in the middle. It spawns after he's left, but you come back later to this room and he picks it up later. You have the time. Sorry. What were you gonna say?
I didn't know. That's really cool. It's very cool.
It's one of those secrets that you don't need to do for 100%, but the reason Sai does it is because it's basically free. The Hell Priest is talking there and ranting out, and you have to wait for him to finish his speech. So if you go fast like Sai did, you can kill all the zombies before he finishes. And pick the ammo as well. There's ammo there as well that you kind of want to pick up, especially the rockets. I think he picks the rockets. Oh, maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure. Oh, he changes a zombie. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I save my chainsaw here so I don't chainsaw, but there's rockets and plasma that I get here, and you can kill all the zombies and get the ammo before the Hell Priest finishes. And then you have the soul sphere left for later. Yes, that's the soul sphere. He actually turns around to see it. Yeah.
I didn't know.
He actually points at it. That's funny. Yeah, there's 2 lost souls here. I recommend actually charging a single charge hit blast here for them. It makes it so easy. Just punch the thing and then throw the hit blast. It's not 2, sorry. It's like 3 or 4.
Yeah, entirely agree.
Yeah, he just goes for the bottom straight away. That can be risky though. If you're not quick enough, they can hit you and they can deal a lot of damage. So I just prefer the hit blast.
Yeah.
And then the pit fight, another hard arena. This one is not even blue balling. This one is just plain cruel. I don't know if you agree, but I'd say another of the reasons why people die in Cultist base so often.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Cultist base is really a series of very difficult arenas.
Also, I'm thinking we're taking so long. We're probably gonna have a really long episode. Feel free to tell me to go faster if you feel that way.
No, but there's a lot going on in Cultist base, and as you said, it's the longest
Level
level in the run,
currently,
and
yes.
it's a difficult level. So I'd rather we go over the strategies for new players.
Okay.
And take a bit more time than we
Yeah.
thought we might.
It's fine. Yeah. I mean, it's longest now. Arc used to be longer, but we found so many skips for Arc, so Arc is now shorter. I think. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe so. At least for me, it is. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so one thing, he skipped the bars. You can't. Those bars don't have a collision in the old version. In the new version, they do have a collision, and you have to wait for them to go down.
Oh yeah, and we forgot to mention the Mancubus fight at the very start of the level. The spawns are a bit different.
Yeah, that's true.
As well.
But I think the current version, yeah, no, I'm certain the current version has the same spawns as this
true.
version. It's only the very first version of the game that has a slightly different.
Yeah, 1.0
spawns.
is slightly different. Yeah. It's not necessarily faster, but it's slightly different.
Yeah, it's just that instead of spawning on top, it spawns down. Yeah. So here, what he's doing is, you're waiting for soldiers to come down from the sides, so you can. So he's using the time to glory kill some zombies and get armor from them and stuff, for blood punch as well. So this is the cue ball fight. There's also this field here. Again, if you do what I do and save field for later, you want to get this canister as well. This is the third one that you need for later on. We'll talk about that. So then, this fight, the pit fight, has three phases, right? It's the soldier's phase, then the arachnatron and Whiplash phase, and then the Macubus phase, right? And so the way the cue balls work, this is what the main thing we should mention. There's two cue balls, one on each side. And the way they work is they respawn as many times as necessary. They don't have a limit, but they only respawn if you kill both of them, and that's really important. If you only kill one of them and leave the other alive, then the first one will not respawn. And that's really useful to know when you're doing this fight, because sometimes you'll get really frustrated. Why is the cue ball not spawning again? And it's because you haven't killed the other one. So if you kill one by mistake, make sure to kill the other one so that the first one respawns.
Exactly.
And the main use of cue balls here is for the Monkey-Bye in the end. They're useful for the rest of the fight, but I'd say the Monkey-Bye is the most important part where you want to have both cue balls.
Proceed with aggression.
This is just a bunch of soldiers and shield soldiers. Yeah, you can use the cue balls. She actually kills both with one shot there to make it faster, but you can kill them without the cue balls as well, and it's fine. Then there's the Whiplash. I'm never sure if the Whiplash always comes from the same side or they switch sides. I think it's always the same side.
I think it's always the same, but I never know which.
Yeah, so. I never know which because I move around, so I don't know which side I'm on anymore. That's the thing.
As a new player, if you're watching this, you're going to be moving around as well. So
yeah, it's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the opposite of the arachnatron, though. That's what you can tell for sure. If the Whiplash comes one side, then the arachnatron comes the other side. And a bunch of gargoyles as well. You do have to kill the gargoyles for the fight to finish, but you can kind of deprioritize them. It's more important to get the Whiplash, especially, and then the arachnatron.
Yeah.
So he actually has only one cue ball now, and you see he kills it, even though the Monkey-Bye haven't spawned, so that the first one spawns. So, but he took a while, so he actually has to deal with the Monkey-Bye a bit before they spawn. But now they're respawning. And he uses the cue ball. It's really hard to do what he's doing, by the way. He almost dies, and I would have died if I was him. I actually have a very specific setup for this. I should share that. I think other people use it as well. Okay, so maybe here, yeah. So what I do is I start on one side, doesn't matter. Make sure that both cue balls are going to be available. And then what I do, instead of running around like he does, is I aim. So the Monkey-Bye spawn one from each side. And what I do is look at one of the sides, normally to my right, with the cue ball in the middle. I throw a frag there to kill any fodder that might be around, because fodder here are really good at blocking the cue balls, so that you shoot the cue ball and it hits an imp in front of it instead of hitting the Monkey-Bye, and that sucks so much. So I throw a frag to clear the fodder, but making sure that the frag won't hit the cue ball itself. Then I aim for the Monkey-Bye, shoot at the cue ball so that it hits the Monkey-Bye. Then I turn around quickly to the other Monkey-Bye on the left, throw an ice bomb to the other Monkey-Bye, then run to the other cue ball and aim it and shoot it. Sai doesn't do any of that because he's cool like that. But he almost dies because of that.
Yeah, he almost dies, and ice grenade is your friend as well here.
Yeah.
if you don't really know the fight.
Yeah.
Ice grenade works very well.
I mean, it's worth noting that the walls also damage you, and the
Yeah.
things on the ground also damage you. This fight is
And-
just cruel.
Yeah, it's cool, and the hazards do significant damage.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things you'll learn doing this fight is to how to move instinctively to dodge the hazards without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you want to pick the ammo here as well. You have time to do it while the lift comes up. And yeah, you want to start charging Hit Blast here. He's already done it, but you want to start charging Hit Blast here 3 charges for later. You have a lot of time, so you can do it in the kind of while you're moving and stuff, but you want to do it. Yeah, now he's gonna do. He actually doesn't do it because he's low on health, but here there's one thing we do, which is bunny hop on the damaging floor, which seems stupid because you're taking damage for free, but it's actually faster. Like Sai actually says, "Oh, I only have 27 HP. Maybe I should not do that." But you can
And it's
bunny
a
hop
very
there.
minimal time save as well.
Yeah, but you can bunny hop there, and it's slightly faster. And now finally, so you get the Sentinel Crystal. You want to get health. I mean, you discussed this with Drake plenty. Basically, almost everyone goes for quick draw belts here, and normally health first. But there's not much else to say about it. As long as you don't go for ammo, you're fine. Don't pick up ammo here because then you lose the BFE refills later on. And then there's another thing here, which is that picking up this crystal gives you this challenge, which gives you the last Sentinel suit token you need for the dash refill, that faster dasher upgrade. So he actually upgrades that right now.
Yeah.
And then there's the secret encounter. Secret encounter is fairly quick. Actually, I think side is slightly different. Yeah, so I like to use the cubble on the left to kill the soldier. You can do that if you shoot just a heavy cannon as the soldier is landing. And then I do this one the same, like use it to kill either the Revenant or the Revenant and the shield soldier. Maybe you can get the Kako as well, but if you don't, it's fine. He does this so he can go here on the lift as quickly as possible, because otherwise he'd have to just wait for one more cycle for the the lift going down and then back up.
Yeah, and you get free rockets here, so it's
Oh
almost
yeah,
a free shot.
yeah. The rockets are fine there. You can spare them. The reason you want to use the keyboards is because it's faster, not because you want to save ammo.
Yeah.
So then there's this Kako here that you don't actually kill. We just torture him. So we throw a stick in his mouth so he doesn't bite us. Like it staggers him, but we don't waste time killing it. He actually, yeah. Okay, so let's talk about that. He upgrades the faster monkey bars and let's grab here. I don't do this. I don't do this until Arc. But it's probably better. I just prefer to get the Ice Bomb and the Frag upgrades earlier.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's less fundamental than the Hot Swapper and Dash refill,
Yeah.
although Drake seemed to disagree with me on that one, but whatever.
Well, I guess for time, it might be faster to the faster ledge grab, but for newer players, getting a faster cooldown for
Frags and
ice
yeah.
bomb and stuff like that might seem at least more important. And I know that when I cleared UN casually, I clearly went for faster cooldowns, and I did not care about ledge grabs.
Yeah, I mean it's only 1 point, so it's not like a big decision, but I don't do it. And then you want to sticky the Kako again when you come up here, otherwise he will bite you. But don't bother killing it. Once you get out of here, the Kako gets stuck in there. I don't know if it actually despawns or not, but he can't get out. That's what I know. So it's fine to just leave it there.
Well, he gets to live, it's lucky him.
Forever trapped in the in his little corner of the world. I mean, how did
But
he
was
get in there
waiting
to
for
start
you,
with? Huh? Yeah.
He was waiting for you there, so.
How did he even get there to start with?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly my point.
Okay, so actually Sai goes too quick here, so he has to grab the wall again so that the lift comes down. Then there's 2 Revenants here and a bunch of zombies. He does a small dash push here, I think, so to make it slightly quicker. I never
but
even
it's
tried this. Very minimal.
Very minimal.
But it's just a small optimization, I guess.
But he's fancy. He
I don't
does
even know
that
Yeah, sorry.
so he can be in the air right now without using his jump, and he can move to
Yeah.
the left afterwards.
And he doesn't have to ledge grab as well because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's 2 Revenants, one spawns there, as you can see, and then the other on the left. What he does, and I do that, you don't need to do the dash push to do this, is kill both Revenants. Oh, he actually uses nice one on it, okay. both Revenants before he actually changes the Mega Zombie as well. I don't chainsaw here. I save my chainsaws all this area. And then you want to go on the lift to the right here. You normally would go from the other side, but you can come from this side, and the advantage of doing it this way is that both Revenants are dead, and you need to kill both Revenants to advance here.
Yeah, and you don't need to kill the zombies or the soldiers to advance.
No, there's
You
no
do
soldiers, it's just zombies, I think.
Oh yeah, just the zombies, sorry. You
But-
do need to kill the revenants.
You don't need to kill them.
Yeah, sorry, but you just need to kill the revenants.
Yeah, just the Revenants, yeah. That's the secret with Sentinel Battery. He kills that one only because he can and for safety. It's not that you can. Actually, here's where I will say small optimization, movement optimization that side doesn't actually do. Here, if you go, do you see here? There's a small little platform.
Mm-hmm.
If you go there and jump from there, you don't actually need to ledge grab here.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I think Sai doesn't know. It's like 0.2 seconds, but yeah.
Oh, it's interesting.
Some really cool bunny hops.
Yeah.
Again, damaging
Trust
floor.
me.
Huh? Sorry?
No one's going to land these first try, don't worry.
It's fine. You can just dash to there and it's fine.
Yeah.
Then more bunny hopping on the damaging floor, although he doesn't get all of them, but he gets most of them. I don't think you can skip this ledge grab. I've tried my life to do it, but it's impossible.
I've done it once, actually, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know how. it's just
Me
really,
neither.
maybe some glitch or something. Frame perfect movement. It's not really important, but it's like it's one of those ledge grabs that you think, I wish I could save it, you know. And then there's the Revenant section.
It's a rough section.
Rough, like it's slow. You mean, or
Yeah,
Oh, the
rough in the
red-
sense that it's slow and it's hard to be fast because the combat isn't really optimized for Revenant. It's kind of a showcase for the battle mode,
yeah.
and it's hard to be efficient in this
Yeah.
section.
It's also
very
really
easy.
Yeah, it's really hard to die as well. That's what I was gonna say. I almost died on a couple of runs there, and I don't know what happens if you die as a Revenant. I haven't bothered to try.
I've never died as a Revenant, so I can't say. But yeah, it's
I've been close to sometimes though. By going fast, I've just let the Mecha Zombies and the Monkey Bus destroy me and almost died. So. So the thing, there's a bunch of stuff here. Basically, you need to kill everything except these 3 Mecha Zombies. We used to kill them until someone found out you don't actually need to kill them, so you can completely ignore them. And there's like 2 things that you need to control with the Revenant. Your positioning and with regards to that, the jetpack and the rocket barrage. And that's basically what this fight is all about, like handling your jetpack and movement and the rocket barrage. So the rocket barrage is the extra attack, in case you've never played battle mode like me. I've never played battle mode ever.
No, me neither.
So it's this cooldown attack that does a lot of damage, and it actually makes you stand still in the air while doing it. And on this patch, or if you block the connection, whatever, you can get 3 in the fight, but you need to know when to do them. Actually, Sai does something where he only uses 2, and I don't know why. I would use the first one on that monkey bus there, like straight up use rocket barrage on the monkey bus. You need to kill all the soldiers, and you better start cleaning them because there's a lot of them and they like to hide. So you want to kind of clean them quickly like Sai is doing. Then there's the first Kako, 2 shots, then there's the first Revenant, 2 shots if you're lucky, 3 if you're not. Keep clearing the soldiers if you see them. He's looking for zombies, for soldiers, sorry, and for the arachnatron. And there's 2 arachnatrons, 1 on each side. I think they're random in which order they appear. You normally want to get your second rocket barrage for one of those arachnatrons, which is what he's doing right now. Because they move a lot and they're hard to hit with the normal attack from the Revenant, so it's better to use them. We used to use the rocket barrage on the monkey bus, but it turns out that while the monkey bus has more health, it's easier to hit it, so it's just better to use the rocket barrage on the arachnatron. Then there's the monkey bus here. There's a second Kako that must have spawned somewhere, and the second arachnatron. Must be there's the second Kako. And then finally the last 2 Revenants. And normally, see, you get the last rocket barrage for these 2. So ideally, either the 2 that Sai got, or 3 rocket barrages, 1 for the first monkey bus, 1 for the spider, and 1 for the last 2 Revenants. And make sure to clean the soldiers, like to look for them and shoot them every time you can, because they love to hide after at the end of this fight.
Yeah, they love being behind that platform and
Yeah.
behind walls and stuff, and you're going to lose a lot of time looking for soldiers.
There's the cool dash thing here, saves a little bit of time, and then you finally got the super shotgun. Don't shoot, Steve. That's Steve. That's the Revenant. He's called Steve. Don't shoot him. That's just cruelty. I'd never shoot him. I never shoot Steve. You don't have to. There's no point in it.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
there's no.
true, you don't have to. But
It's-
I must admit I killed him, so
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's entirely a choice. It's a proof of character. So then this fight. Finally, you have the super shotgun, and this is the opposite of a blue ball fight. This is a fight meant to show you how cool the super shotgun is, basically. So you can do this in any order, but we all do it in the order that Sai is gonna do it. I've never seen anyone do it in a different order. The first box has an imp and 2 gargoyles, so you want to shoot a couple stickies to them, and that will kill them. The second box has a Kako, but instead of sticking it and then glory killing it, it's actually faster to just shoot 2 super shotgun shots at it. It's a lot faster. That's how good the super shotgun is. Then there's the monkey boss. You won't even see it because Sai doesn't look at it. But there's a monkey boss in that box, and then there's a cue ball in this box. So we normally use that cue ball to kill that monkey boss. There's the monkey boss. Then on this box, it begins to get tricky. Here there's Whiplash and a Revenant, sorry. And I used to use an ice bomb on this and then use the cubble on them, but I now do what Sai does. I think it's better. This is what you want Heat Blast for. The Heat Blast has a force filter, and it's really useful for specifically Whiplashes and Revenants. So what he does is he throws a frag on their feet, then he throws the Heat Blast at the same time to falter them, and also deal some damage, and then a rocket, and then just finishes them off. I'll put that again because it's really quick.
It's quick, and it's this. These guys are not easy. They're not very.
Yeah,
they're
no,
not easy at all.
that box is one of the most dangerous ones. So
Yeah, exactly.
if you don't have a quick, like, Sai has a very precise plan there, which is frag, Heat Blast, and rocket, and then finish up the Revenant. If you don't have a plan and you just open that box without being careful, it can be dangerous, and it can take a lot of time. And then finally, the second big box is the Arachnatron and the Hell Knight. They're easier to deal with, but they also have more health, so it's better to save the last cubble for them. So we just normally freeze them so they stand together, and then throw the cubble at them. And then finally, there's a couple soldiers here. He uses a rocket, I use 2 stickies. It's very similar. I guess rocket's slightly faster, but I'm short on rockets here because I don't chainsaw in any part at all of this, so I don't want to use a rocket for them. I guess that might be the reason why Sai doesn't save the chainsaw, so he can use rockets here, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, Sai's route is most definitely faster than anything I'm telling you. What I'm telling you is more like stuff that feels more comfortable, at least to me.
Exactly.
Attention.
Here's the Mecha Zombie Tunnel. Very dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. The trick...
Oh, yeah, you cannot forget this secret. As
Oh yeah, that's important. There's a glitch, right?
Yeah.
So if you fall down by mistake and miss the secret, you can actually climb up. You don't even need to do any boost or anything. You can just jump and climb it, I think. But you need to get it now. If you don't get the secret now and try to fast travel at the end of the level, it bugs out and you cannot pick it up.
Yeah,
And your timer run is ruined. So don't forget it. It's happened to me, and it sucks.
We know about it because it's happened to people, obviously.
Yeah, it sucks so much to go back and then not be able to pick it up. So even if you fall because you miss it or something, just turn around and climb up and pick it up. Remember to do that.
Attention. All
The Mecha Zombie Tunnel. So this is actually kind of dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. The trick here for speedrunning and in general if you want to be safe is to be fast. There's this the blades coming down, but they're on a timer. So if you just move fast and do basically something similar to what Sai is doing, they won't catch up to you. We'll get to the end before they catch up to you. But if you slack and take a while, they will begin falling, and then you get hit by them, and then the Mecha Zombies will start flamethrowing you, and you'll die. So just...
Yeah.
He actually stops to chainsaw. That's actually bold. I wouldn't do that. Just go fast. There's a secret here. Don't forget it as well. Also, in this secret, you want to get the animation swap right, which is actually hard because of you have to break the wall before. So if you don't get the animation, you can see actually Sai kind of backtracks a bit to do it. If you don't get the animation swap... Sorry?
he probably holds backwards while he's punching so that he doesn't gain too much momentum
Yeah,
and ends up picking up the secret.
because if it happens, if you pick up the secret without animation swapping, then the mecha zombies and the soldiers that spawn on the door on the other side are gonna start shooting you during the animation. And I've died to this. I've lost a run to this. So
Yeah.
don't mix that animation swap. And then you want to just dash really quick to the end, like sided, because the blades are coming down and you want to avoid them. This section is just, oh yeah, we completely skipped this puzzle. there's actually several ways to do it. You can climb on the things of the thing that's rotating, but it's really hard and it's actually kind of slow. I don't like it. What we do normally, at least in 100%, is this weird. Okay, lawyer, what would you call this? Do you think this is dash boost, or what do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it's a dash boost. No.
It's a weird boost. I still don't know what's going on here. It's like it has to do with this particular thing, the rail. You see, actually, Sai fails it like twice. We still don't understand how exactly it works, so it's normal to fail it like twice or 3 times, but you just keep trying until it works. So you just dash against this wall. Okay, he failed it once. So you dash against that wall at that specific location where the rail is, from that specific distance until you just get pumped up. I guess it's a dash boost, but it's a weird one. It's a really weird one.
Yeah, it is. And we go into a bit more detail in the NMG tutorial as to how the alternatives. I don't think we're going to go into.
Oh, okay. No.
here.
I don't think it's worth
But-
it. No.
Yeah, we talk for NMG. It's worth it because it's a considerable time save, proportionate to the run duration. But honestly, if you can't, if you don't know the skip and you don't know how to do it, just do the parkour section normally. You're gonna lose 30 seconds and whatnot. But
Yeah.
again, you're gonna lose a lot more time because you don't know the fights than you are because you don't know the skips.
Yeah. The one thing I would say about this dash boost is if you're trying and it doesn't look right, just move a bit, wiggle around, and so on. When you get it right, it feels like magic. You're not sure what happened. It's not something that you can sort of get a real feel for it. That's why we still fail it once or twice every time we do it, because it's like you're just hitting the button and hoping that it works, but not sure why. Also here we pick up the suit token, which in any percent you don't, in any NMG any percent. So that changes makes it even more worth it, I guess. And this is another section where I think size movement is a bit suboptimal, and this is what Nicetas brought up in Exulti as well. So when there's these sections where you need to do double dashes in the air, Sai does jump, dash, dash. But this is worse. It's better to do sorry, I'll do it again. It's better to do jump, dash, dash, jump, because then the cooldown of the dash will begin regenerating quicker while you're doing the last jump, and by the time you touch the ground, it will refresh immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he does jump, dash, dash, and then he drops, and he has to wait a little bit for the cooldown to finish. The cooldown of the dash, I mean, it's a very small thing, but it happens so many times in the run that I'm surprised Sai is still doing it this way. So he lands, and he still has to wait for the cooldown. Whereas if he had done the double jump in the end, he would just be able to jump again straight away. He has to wait a bit before jumping again so that the dash finishes. It's a very small thing, but it happens like maybe 10 times in the run, so it actually saves time. So it's better for these sections to do jump, dash, dash, jump. At least I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe Sai has a good reason for
No,
doing it that way.
I tend to agree. I don't really see how it can be different.
Yeah. This section we just completely climb quickly, and then there's the secret encounter. So, what happens here is that the second secret encounter. This is very easily one of the hardest fights in the game. I'd say. I don't know if you agree, lawyer, but.
Yeah, it really is one of. We talked a bit earlier about this, and on my casual playthrough, my first blind nightmare playthrough, I died at least 20 times here. It's very difficult.
And so we're gonna see how Sai does it, but then if my game doesn't lag out, I'm gonna show you a different way to do it, this is why we've been saving chainsaw. Why I save chainsaw? It's for this fight. Saving 3 pips for this fight makes it a lot easier. But yeah, that makes the rest of the levels a bit slower, and you have to worry more about ammo and stuff like that. So what Sai does here is he uses lock-on on the first. He throws a frag, lock-on. Yeah, so the frag he uses to kill the mecha zombies. Then lock-on on both Whiplashes, although he misses one of them. And then finally an ice bomb on the monkey bus to finish him off, right? You can see that pretty quickly. thing is, the problem with this fight is everything spawns at the same time and you're in a really small space, getting attacked from all sides. So it's really easy to die here if you're not quick enough in killing stuff. What you want to do here is kill stuff quick. That's really what saves you in this fight. And that's why having feel is good. Actually, yeah, in a really old route that I had really long ago, I actually picked saving throw as the second rune just to be able to have it for this secret encounter. I'm not even kidding.
No, I used to pick up saving throw as well. Honestly, I used to pick it on the rune earlier because there are quite a few places you can die here.
Yeah. Okay. So I left this save file right here to show you this. I'm a bit cold though, so I hope I don't fuck up.
Don't worry.
As you can see, I mean, I can't point to that, but I have free feel here because I save it all the way to here. Also, another thing that I do that Sai doesn't is I get the thicker skin upgrade here. That's why I don't get the faster light grab, by the way, so that I can thicker skin here, because there's 2 barrels here, and it's very easy to get hit by them. So what Sai does is extremely risky. Not having the feel and not having thicker skin, it just makes this fight a lot more high stakes. I don't recommend it unless you really know what you're doing. Yeah. So what I do here is I have both the frag and the ice and the feel. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop the encounter, and then I'm gonna run to this corner. I'm getting lag now, sorry. Hopefully it will go away. Hold on. Yeah, I think the Discord stream just lags me out. Hold on.
Actually, you can put the Discord stream. I was gonna say.
Oh no, okay, I think it's gone now. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. But let's keep going. So I'll pop the secret encounter. I'll dust all the way here, which is where the first Whiplash spawns. I mean, the other one is kind of spawns sometimes earlier, sometimes later, but the one on the back is always kind of regular. I chainsaw that Whiplash, and then I turn around, and by then, by then, the first Whiplash is on top of you, as well as the mecha zombies. I just throw an ice bomb and a frag at them. That will kill the mecha zombies and kind of slow down the Whiplash, then just finish up the Whiplash, and then you finally can deal with the monkey boss alone, and it's a lot safer. Yeah, I'm gonna so you're not seeing it, lawyer, but you will on the video. I'll just show you. I'm not gonna talk because I need to concentrate for this. So. Yeah. Actually, okay, no. And then I just have the monkey boss left, which is really easy with the quick swapping. And that's way easier than what Sai does. You can see they didn't even touch me, I didn't even take any damage. And it's actually faster what I do, this specific encounter, but it requires the field, the ice bomb, the viral immunity, etc., which Sai prefers not to use. So I hope that makes some sense to you.
Yeah, no, it does. And it's a difficult fight, and there are a lot of fights in the game, where Zai does stuff which is very risky.
Yeah, and only saves a little bit of time.
Yeah, and you're better off learning or making up or working on your own strats that are safer.
Yeah.
Than trying to immediately do these insane strats that are very difficult to execute.
I mean, Drake said that, and I said that, Sai said that. I'll say it again. This run is extremely frustrating. Like, it's really hard. You die a lot, and stuff goes wrong a lot. So try to make it easy on yourself until you feel that you can push forward. Don't try to take everything at once. You'll just hate yourself. Okay, so let's keep going. You can see the video, right, lawyer?
Yeah, it works.
Okay. Okay. There's this little section. Again, the climbing trick that you explained on the Hell on Earth episode. And here there's a little thing. You can do this very quick, and Sai's gonna do it. Though he does it a bit weird, but I'm not sure why. The point is, there's a trigger here, if you can see my mouse. And once you go past that trigger, then the things on the left are gonna move. So you wanna basically get... Yeah, Sai does it weird. I don't know what he's doing. But you wanna get past that trigger quick and run to this place quickly, basically. Oh, I think he gets a dash boost. He's getting a forward dash boost, right? No. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But the point is, you wanna get here before this thing goes up. And if you just run or dash in the wrong ways, you're not gonna make it. So you have to time it properly. Then you're gonna go for
this room again can kill you easily. The
tentacles,
the gargoyles. You can die here.
You definitely want to memorize where the tentacles are in this room. That's a good point. They're always in the same place. and you want to know where they are. And if you don't feel like you can do this fast like Sai is doing, it's pretty easy once you get the hold of it. But if you feel like you're not consistent and it's risky, just take it easy, kill the gargoyles, kill the tentacles, and do it slowly. But it's not that hard once you know. Now you're gonna
No,
wait.
it's not that hard, but I've died. I've died a lot of,
Yeah.
a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah, this tentacle you wanna kill. Because it can kill you. And then when you go out here, you wanna make sure there's no gargoyles standing on top of you because they can kill you as well if you're not careful. But Sai is lucky, there's no gargoyles there. You hit the thing and you go up. And then there's this fight which is really quick and really easy if you know what to do again. There's 2 cue balls and you really want to use one for the Revenant and the other for the monkey boss. Another thing, by the way, it happened to me in a run and I actually died to it. When you're going up, so you see, you're going up and then you want to go right really quickly, but not too quick. If you go right too quick while the lift is going up, if you hug the wall to the right here, the game will kind of consider that like you're out of bounds or something. It will trigger a death plane animation and it will respawn you downwards. And then you'll have to deal with the gargoyles and you'll have to hit the button again and the enemies upstairs will start moving and it will all go downhill. So don't be too quick to go to the right here because it can kill you. Then hit the Revenant, hit the monkey boss. I actually picked that field. That field is really important for my route as well, but Sai doesn't care so much for field in this. You see he's gonna change or something here, so...
And the second cue ball, which shoots the Revenant,
no,
be
the
careful
monkey
with him.
The monkey boss, man.
Yeah, sorry, the Mancubus. Be careful because he has a tendency. Right, you can see right there. He spawned into the floor.
Yeah.
And he's not very accurate. And I've lost a run to. I shot him, looked the other way because I was sure I killed the Mancubus, but the Mancubus was not dead, and I was dead.
I don't know if you've noticed, but actually the monkey boss here, the AI, it tries to dodge the cubble. I don't know if you've ever noticed.
No, I never saw.
It actually is funny. I'm pretty sure it's the AI. It's in a small space and it doesn't go down from there, I think, at least not in the beginning. But it does this thing where it moves sideways and it's really funny because it's fat and moves slow. But it kind of moves slow like it's trying to get out of the way of the cubble. It's really funny. So the monkey can dodge the cubble, yeah. Or the cubble can dodge the cubble, basically. Oh yeah, there's this thing. There's one last enemy that you need to kill in this fight. I think you need to kill the Revenant, the monkey boss. Hold on, I think you can hear my game. I'm gonna close that. I don't know if you were hearing it. So there's the Revenant, the monkey boss, and then there's 2 shield soldiers that I think you need to kill, and the zombies you don't need. And then there's a Kako, but the Kako takes forever to spawn. So what we do is we go. Oh, sorry. So we go here. We hit the button again. Okay, let's go down here. We go down, we hit the button again. The Kaku's still not spawned, it's still spawning. It spawns there, and then we go, and then finally Kaku spawns there. But then you need to shoot it with a lock-on, because if you do the slow kill with a sticky or whatever, then the pillar that you've brought up will go down again, and you'll have to go down again. But if you kill it with a lock-on, you can turn around, wait for this to go green, which is when the Kaku is dead, and then hit it before the pillar there goes down. And it saves time. If you dealt with the Kako before, you'd have to go down late after killing the Kako and then punch the thing, and it's like 10 seconds slow or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite slow. Yeah.
There's another dash storage here. I don't know if you want to say something more about that.
I would avoid that dash storage because if you do it too early,
yeah, that's true.
You can soft lock. So don't do it.
I actually do it, and I don't know exactly how to do it, but I've heard of the story that you can softlock. So if you do it wrong, you can basically be in a spot where you can't finish the game because you've gone past the trigger in the wrong moment or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But if you know what you're doing, it's cool. It doesn't save that much time, so yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, it's probably better to not risk it. Oh yeah, so Sai does this thing. I mean, I do something similar, though I do kill the mecha zombies before. But he goes straight. You want to go straight for the door. Go in the door so that the door begins to open, because the door takes a while to open, and also it's what starts the fight basically. So you want to go to the door as quickly as possible, and then he turns back and kills the zombies afterwards. And what happens here is you have some imps spawning on the left, some other imps spawning on the right, and a Hell Knight coming up. And what most people do, although Sai doesn't get it fully here, I think because of the mecha zombie, is we throw a frag there. Which kills the imps on the left, all of them if you do it right. Then shoot the pendulum, which will kill the Hell Knight. and then shoot the barrels, the mines, and the back, which will kill the imps, and that finishes the entire fight. Sai actually misses one imp here because he takes a bit because of the mecha zombie he chainsaws. But if you kill the mecha zombies beforehand, it's pretty easy to do. And it's really quick because you kill every demon without even looking at them, basically. It's not a hard fight at all. It's very easy once you know it.
No, it's not, this isn't too hard.
So moving forward, yeah, let's see if we can get this finished. There's a spider here, 3 soldiers. Sai just freezes them and then uses the spider to hook. Again, I would recommend against this if you're new, because that spider and those 3 soldiers can be really dangerous, especially when you're going for the Slayer Gate. I would recommend at least killing the soldiers. You can leave the spider alive to do the hook if you want. I prefer to just kill it and then do a dash boost. There's dash boost on the bottom. I could show it, but I already closed my game, so I'm gonna... It's not that important.
We cover it in the NMV tutorial anyway.
So you can check that out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I talk over you all the time.
That's fine. But I agree. I would kill the soldier and
the spider.
The arachnatron, and I've actually seen a Devo get the Slayer key and get killed by the arachnatron while he's putting the key in the door.
Yeah, I mean,
because he didn't kill him.
You're invulnerable while putting the key, but not right after. So the problem is that the arachnatron throws bombs on your feet and they explode right as you finish putting the key. Yeah. In this run, actually, I saw it yesterday. Sai gets down to 5 HP due to that. I'm just saying. Yeah. He goes down to 5 health because he didn't kill the arachnatron. So don't do that. Don't leave it alive. You can leave it alive to do the hook first and then kill it afterwards. The dash boost, by the way, is there. It's on the basically on the where the feet of the thing would be. You dash against the thing, then move backwards, and then double jump, and then punch the thing. It's a bit slower, but a lot safer.
Yeah. So, and you can do it once everything's dead as well. You don't need the arachnatron, so that works well.
He also does this dash charge here, which I didn't even know was possible.
Yeah, I just noticed as well. That's pretty cool.
It's the first time I saw it. I didn't know it was possible.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, and he does this whole side patented kind of roundabout things. He does that a lot, and it looks easy when he does it. It's really hard to keep momentum while changing direction. Basically, it's quite hard to do. He actually disables the turret of the arachnatron, but he doesn't kill it. And then he goes for the Slayer key, and this is what we're talking now. The soldiers are gonna come close to you while you're putting this, and the spider's gonna come and start throwing bombs at you. And then you activate that, and they're still gonna see what I mean? That's why you kill the arachnatron.
Yeah,
I mean, Sai knows it, and that's why he runs to the side, but it's risky. Yeah. So, the Slayer Gate. Oh god, still. There's not much left, but there's still some left.
Much left.
The Slayer Gate, I'd say, is moderate. It's not too hard. It's definitely easier than Exultia, but it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Again, I do it very differently. I actually save 2 fuel up until this point, and there's a lot of fuel in this Slayer Gate. I think there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 canisters, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 or 4. Yeah.
There's 4, and I use all 4 of them. I optimize my fuel here a lot. So what I do is I begin with 2 fuel, and there's one right behind you as you spawn, slightly to the left. So I just kind of take a step back to the left to pick up the 3rd one. Then I kill that arachnatron, similar to what Sai does, although I use a lock-on and a super shotgun. And then the one on the right, instead of killing him normally like Sai is doing, I chainsaw it. And it just makes that so much quicker, and also gives me ammo that I really need. Then you need to kill some stuff. I don't know how many you need to kill. You need to kill some soldiers and imps. And then there will be the 3rd monkey boss spawning from that wall. You just kill it. He uses the ice bomb. I just use a frag and some switches. Then the prowlers spawn. You need to kill the prowlers to finish the Slayer Gate, but not to advance it. So it's normal to leave them until the end.
It's true. I had completely forgotten about this Slayer Gate. But yeah.
Yeah. Then there's the first cackle. So what I do actually, because I just changed the first monkey boss, is I actually throw a sticky at it, leave it on the stagger, and then wait for my fuel to regen while it's staggered. And then only once my fuel is regen or almost regen, I glory kill it, so that I have 1 pip, and then I go, because downwards, if you go a different way, down there on the right, behind that bridge, there's another fuel canister. That would be a 2nd one, and then I take the boost pad and go up there, and there's a 3rd one there. So there's one down here, and then one up there. And you can pick those 3, then the 2nd cackle spawns here, you kill it, and that allows me to change so one of the arachnatrons that spawn now. So
Oh, that's interesting.
this arachnatron I can chainsaw it as well. So I can chainsaw two heavies in this gate and get out of it with 2 fuel, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
And I
probably
could say something about meat hooking cacos.
oh yeah.
It's great, but you want to interrupt your meat hook a bit earlier than when you're just in
Yeah.
their face, because
Shoot
they
them.
can bite
Yeah.
you.
Shoot them to falter them because they will bite you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
you
you
see-
see here, he stops a bit early, compared to where he
Yeah.
could go. You know, he really could be in their face, but he stays just a bit further away than you might think he can, because they can bite your face even if they're meat hooked, and they can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, and it also they do a small knockback that you can't prevent. It can be very dangerous with other demons. They are good at doing stun locking as well. So you don't want to get beaten by a Kako, so it's important to be careful with that. Yes, I just have it so mechanized now that I didn't even notice. But yeah, when you meet a Kako like that, you need to be careful. Yes.
Yeah, I've died so many times to cacos
Yeah.
that I hate them.
No, I did as well, but I did so many times that I learned, and now I don't anymore because I just know it. You know, so I just don't do that. But yeah, so then you have this arachnatron, which I chainsaw, which gives me more ammo to keep going, and then the last arachnatron, which I freeze. No, sorry, the second last. There's a third one here, spawning here. And then you just clean up the stuff. Oh, so he actually didn't kill the second arachnatron. He's dead now. Just clean up the fodder and the prowlers. There's 2 prowlers. And that's it. There's also, actually, did I say 4? I think it's 5. 1, 2, 3. No, it's 4. And then there's a last canister of fuel there, behind the thing. So what I picked that up after the Slayer Gate is finished. So in the short period when the message pops up, now is when I go and pick it up. Sai actually goes for that one, and he also picks shotgun ammo. I also recommend that, trying to pick up shotgun ammo from the Slayer Gate. Here are their friends. Again, another place where you can die here after coming out of the Slayer Gate if you haven't killed them. It's fast, but it's very risky.
So be careful when don't dash on this guy's corpse, because you can zip
Oh yeah.
unintentionally. It's a very zip prone surface, so don't dash on his
Yeah,
body.
you sort of want to just spam jump when you're going up him.
Exactly.
That's the best way to deal with it. And here is where you see now he gets the soul sphere that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, it's smart. It's really smart.
Yeah. He picks up the ammo now as well. I picked it up earlier. But I changed some stuff on the Slayer Gate, so I don't need the ammo near here. So
Yeah.
that it's different routes, you know.
Yeah, but it's important, you know. It's important that as a new players watching this kind of work on their own route,
Yeah.
because it's important to get a first run in, learn that run, and then start optimizing slowly certain fights, certain levels, and going through the game that way. Because it's going to be very hard to just learn the whole game. We know so much about the game that we can talk about it and we can comment it, and I'm sure we can all quote the fights by heart. But if you're new, or even if you've run a few times, there's a lot that's going to be might seem a bit cryptic. So do stuff that you understand, that makes sense for you, and then start working on the fights and start optimizing them with the best methods, but only once you actually have a run-in.
Okay, so then we're almost done. There's this suit token. Don't forget it. I forgot it once, and again another run lost. Another run lost to that token, and then the last arena, which has an overdrive in it. It's not too easy, but it's not too hard. I'd say it's definitely easier than the rest of the level. I'd say, or than some of the other fights in the level. I don't know how you feel about that, Lawyer.
No, I agree. It's also a fight that, to some extent, is kind of like a 12-click fight once
Yeah.
you know all the spawns. But the difference with the previous one is that the spawns are spaced out a lot. So you need a lot of mobility. You need to be very fast. You need to be very
Yeah.
efficient. And as soon as you miss one spawn, it's
yeah, everything gets messy. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, this fight, if you want to do it as a 12-click fight, like Lawyer said, you want to move really fast. You want to know where you're going through what place and at what time. If you doubt or move slightly inefficiently, you're gonna lose the enemies, and then you're gonna have to deal with it. It's fine. You can still survive it and get done with it, but you go from this kind of full offense position, you get pushed into a defensive playstyle when that happens.
Exactly.
So it starts. Okay, so There's a bunch of heavies in this fight. I'm not gonna say all of them right now, but there's also soldiers and mecha zombies. Maybe even normal zombies. I don't know if there's normal zombies.
There's always more zombies. I
The
think there's always two enemies.
Yeah, the zombies and the mecha zombies, you don't need to kill at all. You can completely ignore them. I mean, don't ignore them if they're next to you, because then the mecha zombies will completely destroy you. But you don't need to stop to kill them. That's the point. You do need to kill all the soldiers, the regular soldiers and the shield soldiers. And the way this works is that there's some spawning straight away, and then there's some others that spawn with another wave, and then some others that spawn with another wave. I think it's 3 waves. They don't respawn, the soldiers in this fight, so you can start killing them straight away. But again, you don't want to stop to kill them, because then you'll lose the kind of the flow of the overall fight. So what you'll see Sai do, and I do as well, is when you see a soldier and you have the chance, you just throw a rocket at them, or you shoot them with a super shotgun, or you actually use them to hook across the arena, which is cool. It makes it quicker. So you want to kind of start clearing out the fodder as soon as you can without stopping to do that, if that makes sense. But because the main thing, it's basically like doing 2 things. You're clearing out the heavies as they spawn, and also kind of clearing the fodder in betweens.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're doing 3 things, because you're clearing the fodder, clearing the heavies, but you're also moving and putting yourself in position for the next heavy to spawn and to be exactly where you want to be. Because you see here, he shot his rockets and he forgets about the Revenant, and he's going somewhere else to take care of the next Revenant.
I mean, you can't totally forget, because this Revenant sometimes likes to fly in weird ways that make the rockets hit the props. So you have to make sure that you've killed it, but you can do that by looking on the side of the screen, basically. You can, I mean, you see it's still on the side of the screen, you know? Yeah. There's the second Revenant there. I mean, at least I do that for sure. So let's look at that. First Revenant, second Revenant. He actually does not pick the rockets down there at first. I do. After that, there's a small period of time, but again, you want to move. There's this fuel canister. It's the only one on the fight. Sai already has 3 fuel. With my route, you will enter this fight with 2 fuel, and that will be the third one. It's not necessary. Okay, he actually uses 1 because he's gonna pick up the other. Not a big deal. You see, he sees the shield soldier and he's like, okay, I'm gonna throw a rocket at it now while the Hell Knight spawns. So the next thing that will spawn is this Hell Knight that falls from the ceiling here, and an arachnatron on the left. You normally want to kill the Hell Knight first, and again, you see what Lawyer said. He just shoots at it and then immediately turns around. He doesn't even... Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. No, I broke it, sorry. So here's the Hell Knight, shoots at it, and then immediately turns around without even looking at it.
And while he's shooting, he's moving backwards because he has to go to that arachnatron.
And then the arachnatron and some soldiers here. Yeah, there's the arachnatron. And he's gonna change for this one. Okay, no, I changed for this arachnatron, but he's probably gonna change to something else. And then after that arachnatron, there's the Whiplash. Actually, my route is different. I go on the left over there. The Whiplash spawns down there, and then there's a Revenant that spawns there.
Yeah. And all these spawns, the Whiplash, Revenant, and Mancubus, they're on a timer, so they take a bit of time to spawn.
Yeah. And then there's the Overdrive. So what Sai does is he goes for the Overdrive, then turns around and kills the Whiplash, but you need to be really fast for that to work. What I do instead is, after killing the arachnatron, I go for the Whiplash, kill the Whiplash, then go for the Overdrive.
No, I used to freeze the Whiplash. And
Yeah, he actually freezes it as well, but it's the Whiplash here sometimes likes to jump on top of the thing or move to the side or something, and then you have to chase it, so I hate that. So I just deal with the Whiplash first and then go for the Overdrive.
Okay.
But I think this is faster. It's just that you need to do the rest of the fight really quickly to be able to do it reliably. Yeah. So the Overdrive, by the way, in case you don't know, it gives you both increased movement speed and also infinite ammo. The most important thing is the infinite ammo, and you just go crazy with the lock on here. Yeah. So then there's sorry?
Like every bonus, like every power up, every time you kill an enemy, you gain a bit more time on the power up.
Yeah, but it's capped. There's a limit to that. You can't keep it going forever. I wish you could. That would be really cool. Imagine what we would do in our Cultist with the Berserk if we could keep it going forever. We would just do the entire level with Berserk. That would be insane.
But I mean, once we've got, we're getting sidetracked. But once you get the Berserk, we don't fight anything because not 100%. 100%, you do a lot of fights.
Yeah. Maybe you could route for it. It would be worth it. Imagine killing the Marauder with a Berserk. That would be so cool.
It's true.
But yeah, no, it doesn't go forever, but it's good to keep killing stuff. So he killed the Revenant. He cleans the soldiers because there's a limited amount of them and you just want to kill them sometime. Then there's the second arachnatron. He does a... This is where I say he does a lock-on and then another rocket. I think it would be better to do a lock-on and then a super shotgun, but it's pretty much the same. The problem is
especially with infinite ammo.
Yeah, the problem with the rocket is the travel time mostly. But yeah, it's still good. Might even be faster than the rocket, I'm not sure. And then there's the monkey that spawns there on a timer up there. And the main thing is you wanna make you see the overdrive, it's almost done. You wanna make the overdrive last until the monkey if you can, mostly because of the ammo, because otherwise you'll run out of ammo. Okay, so Sai actually did not use the chainsaw. Oh yeah, that's true. He saves it for Doom Hunter base, I forgot about that. Okay.
Yeah, and that's a good point. It's that you're going to recharge ammo, health, and everything at the end of the level, but every time you go to the Fortress of Doom.
Oh yeah, true. Not here because it's the next level is Doom Hunter base straight away. Yeah.
Exactly. So he's going to start the next level with exactly as much ammo, as much HP, and as much armor as he has right now.
That's not true of every level, though. I mean, in general, the ammo and health and so on replenish when you enter the portal from the fortress going into a new level. But there's also two levels where you actually don't go through the fortress and it replenishes. One is between Necroval 1 and Necroval 2. You replenish not the ammo, but the health and armor. Yeah, so the health and armor between Necroval 1 and Necroval 2, you replenish automatically when you start Necroval 2. And that's actually really important because at the start of Necroval 2, which I will cover as well when we get there, you want to have full armor. It's really important to have full armor at the beginning of Necroval 2. But thankfully, the game gives it to you. So it's like, thank you. You don't have to care about it in the previous level. The other level where that happens is Final Sin. You will always get full ammo when you start Final Sin, which is really important as well.
But don't you go to Final Sin? I know you go through
from Urdak,
yeah, for Urdak.
Yeah,
it's true. It's true.
It's important as well. Anyway, there's this dash boost that I absolutely hate.
Yeah, it's not that easy. Yeah,
it's really hard and it barely saves any time.
It doesn't save any. I mean, it saves a bit of time, but it saves a second at most. Yeah.
Try it if you want. I mean, it's cool. If you can't get it, don't obsess over it. It's not very relevant. Actually, Sai fails it once here.
But he tries. You can try it once after the cutscene.
Yeah, you see, he actually lost time there. He actually lost time by trying that because he failed like twice.
Yeah.
It saves time if you get it first try, for sure. Yeah. But it's very hard and I just don't like it.
Yeah. But it's fun, it's fun. I like dash boost.
Actually, what I do, I was going to mention that instead of the dash boost is I try to finish the fight on this side of the arena so that the mecha zombies that are left alive are near me and I do a jump hook on the mecha zombies during the cutscene. It's still slower than the dash boost, but it's faster than the lift and it's much more reliable.
Yeah.
I mean, the lift is not that slow anyway, so I just take the lift. And then finally, the end of level. But one thing I want to say, he has 3 fuel here because he wants to use it for Doom Hunter base. I don't do that. I end this with just 1 fuel. But one thing you kind of want to do is to make sure that you end this level with at least 1 fuel. So if the peeps are recharging, you might want to wait it out a bit so that it recharges. Because if it's not recharged at the end of this level, at the start of Doom Hunter base, it will start from the beginning of the cooldown, not where the cooldown actually is. And then the first fight in Doom Hunter base, you'll have to deal with a chainsaw. And it's really annoying. So do make sure that you finish Cultist base without the chainsaw, the chainsaw on cooldown. That's important.
No, it's a good point. Because the first fight in Cultist base is not very difficult.
Yeah.
Sorry, in Doom Hunter base is not very difficult, but it's not trivial. So you're better off. You're gonna need some ammo.
Yeah. I don't think you can do that fight without chainsawing something. It's too many enemies and there's no ammo. Yeah. I think so. You definitely want it. So that's all. That was long.
That was long, but it's a very long level. It's a very long level, and there's a Slayer gate as well.
And I talk a lot.
But so, do you have any closing remarks? Any closing thoughts for the level?
Yeah. If you get to this point of the run, and I'll try my run, you're in for the good stuff. I agree. Doom Hunter base, even though it's not an easy level, it feels like a breeze of fresh air compared to Cultist base and Exultia. not just because of the difficulty, but also because you have more weapons and you feel more in the flow. And also, Doom Hunter base is a really cool level. You talked out with nice setters, and it's relatively slow as well. And also, the music rules. I love the music for Doom Hunter base. So that's one of my closing remarks. Is like, if you get it here, just take a breath and realize how cool you are, because you've done
No,
basically most of the run.
I agree. And um, Cultist base, there's a lot of hard fights. It's a difficult level, but I really like Cultist base. Like,
No, it's cool. It's a
yeah,
cool
it's cool.
level.
It's a cool level, and we'll see what's nice. The task will cover Doom
Yeah.
Hunter base, but it's less challenging because since it's a boss fight, most of the fights are a bit easier. So as you
Yeah.
said, it's the pacing's a bit calmer. It's a bit better.
Doom Hunter base is like, or like it's the movement level, but you'll talk about that with nice
Yeah.
tests. The other thing, yeah, don't obsess over. I talk a lot about the fuel and all that because my run is very different from size. Don't obsess over that anyway. For your first run, you can do what Lawyer has been saying. Just run through the level, change it when you need it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's fine. You don't need to worry.
Yeah, and as I said, make your own route at first, and then work on improving it. And don't try to get every trick perfect at first because you're not going to manage and you're going to get frustrated. And I've said this 100 times, and I'm going to say it 100 more times. But just getting a run in is an achievement, and it's if you really want to run 100%, the first thing you need to do is get a run in. It doesn't matter if it's 5 hours or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Who cares? Just getting that run in is going to be key to get you
Yeah.
to improve your time later on.
Oh, one last thing I'll say, although it's not related to Cultist base, but something you haven't mentioned in other episodes, that I recommend that you practice this run level by level on a nightmare save slot. If you, I mean, it's good to get the trash run that Lawyer's talking, but if you're going for ultra nightmare, if you haven't practiced the individual levels, you will likely not get the entire run. It's very hard,
Right.
especially not if you're going for speed.
Yeah.
So you want to practice level by level. That's a lot easier. It's kind of a box thing, and I think Cultist base might be a good example of that because it's a long level. It feels like a game on itself. So yeah, I think
I
that
agree.
was all. I'm sorry for making it so long. I feel like
No,
it's
it's
partly my
awesome.
fault.
There's so
But
much to share and so much to say. I'm really glad you got to do this level, and I'm really glad we connected to do the level. I think
yeah,
it's long, but I think it's great. I think it's really good.
hopefully at least someone will find it useful.